There's a point in almost every journey when frustration sets in. It's that moment when your early excitement begins to fade, when your effort feels heavier than expected, when doubt quietly takes a seat at your table. You started with energy. You started with hope. But the longer you go, the slower it feels. If you've been there, you're not alone. Most people quit not because they lack the ability to continue, but because they were never prepared for the reality of the path ahead. And today we're going to talk about why most people quit, and what you can do instead. We don't quit because of hard work, we quit because of disappointment. In the beginning, we picture success unfolding smoothly. We imagine seeing fast results. We expect progress to be visible and encouraging. But real growth moves differently. It's quiet, it's subtle. It happens beneath the surface where it's easy to miss. At first, you're filled with excitement. You feel like you're making changes. You feel like momentum is building. Then, time passes. You put in the effort, but you don't see immediate payoff. This is where most people start to slip. They mistake the natural pace of progress for failure. What should you do instead? Shift your expectations from instant results to gradual improvement. Expect the journey to feel slow at first. Expect progress to be invisible for a while. When you accept this, frustration loses its grip. You'll stop measuring your effort against short-term outcomes, and you'll start respecting the process itself, because small, steady actions build into visible progress, but only if you keep going long enough to see it. Every worthwhile pursuit eventually gets difficult, not by accident, but by design. When you push past your comfort zone, you will encounter resistance. That resistance is not a sign you should quit. It's a sign you're on the edge of growth. But most people feel that resistance and believe it means something is wrong. This shouldn't be so hard, they think. Maybe this just isn't for me. Hard feels like a stop sign, but in reality, it's a green light. It's telling you that you've left the shallow waters behind, that you're moving into the place where real progress happens. So, what do you do when things get hard? Don't turn back. Don't let difficulty become your excuse to stop. Instead, recognize it as proof that you're moving forward. Adjust your strategy if you need to. Slow your pace if it helps you breathe. But whatever you do, keep going. Hard is not a reason to quit. Hard is a reason to lean in. Another silent reason people quit is isolation. When you're walking a challenging path alone, every obstacle feels bigger, every doubt feels louder, every step feels heavier. Support matters more than we often admit. Even a single conversation with someone who understands your journey can lighten the load. A small circle of encouragement can make the difference between giving up and pushing through. Here's the truth. No one is meant to carry every burden alone. Surround yourself with people who will remind you why you started. People who will lend you belief when your own belief feels thin. People who will celebrate your small wins and help you see progress when you're too close to notice it yourself. You don't need a large crowd, you just need the right voices in your corner. Isolation makes quitting easier. Connection makes persistence possible. Success isn't about speed, it's about staying power. If you start fast and burn out quickly, you never reach the finish line. But if you build for endurance, you give yourself the chance to succeed over time. Here's how to build for endurance. First, accept slow beginnings as normal. Respect the early, invisible progress as essential. Second, expect difficulty. Welcome it as a companion on the road to growth. And third, build a network of support. Lean on others when your strength runs low. When you build for endurance, you make quitting less attractive. You replace impatience with patience. You replace frustration with understanding. You replace isolation with connection. And step by steady step, you move forward. Most people quit not because they're incapable, but because they never prepared for the true nature of the journey. They expected fast, visible progress. They mistook difficulty for failure. They walked alone when they could have reached out for support. But you don't have to follow that pattern. You can accept the pace of real growth. You can welcome the hard moments as signs of progress. You can build relationships that keep you moving when you feel like stopping. Remember, success is not about never facing difficulty. It's about moving forward despite it. If this message connected with you, subscribe for more. And let's keep building lives that are simple, stronger, and smarter. I'll see you in the next video.